Hey there, it is Leah here, and I have a tip for you about latching. So, some parents find that if they shape their breast, they feel more comfortable when they latch the baby. So, this is one of a million techniques for latching that you can try. And one of the things that I see happen though is the way we shape the breast might actually make the latch worse or could make the latch better. So shaping the breast is a great tool, but we want to make sure we use that tool in a way that actually is going to help you and not make the latch actually worse. So here's a couple of pointers on shaping the tissue that the baby's going to latch onto, so that it will be the most helpful. So first and foremost, we want to make sure that the shape is the same shape as the baby's mouth. So if your baby, say, is coming across your body in like a cross cradle position or a cradle position, we want to make sure that the shape that you're making is an up and down shape. Because if this is the baby's mouth, like this is their top lip and this is their bottom lip, and they're coming to latch on like this, we need to make sure that the shape is that you're making with your breast tissue is the same shape as the baby's mouth. If you shape your breast this way, and this is your baby's mouth coming, you see how they're only going to come in onto the nipple only. So thinking about if your baby is coming in position across your body, that their mouth is going to be like this, and we're going to need to shape under the breast to make sure that we're getting more of that tissue into their mouth if breast shaping is a tool that you're using. The second thing is a lot of times we kind of grab our breast and we're holding it like, okay, I'm ready to latch. But if your whole hand is across your breast, you're going to have a really hard time getting the baby any tissue to grab onto. So my tip for this is to just use your finger pads. So you're going to place those finger pads nice and wide and make this shape, but keep this part of your hand really far away. This helps in two ways. One, we leave plenty of space for the baby to latch onto, but two, you can slip your hand out of the way once the baby has latched on. The second thing is what I see if parents are using a technique like this where they are holding the breast while the baby's latching on. And like I said, this is one of, hundreds of latching techniques, is actually hold your breast as the baby latches on. So if this is a strategy that you feel like is working for you, one key point is we just don't want to be pushing the tissue down and into the baby's mouth. So when you do that, when you kind of get the baby open wide, but then you push the nipple down onto the baby's tongue, that's where the nipple's going to stop. And we're going to have the baby close their mouth and press that nipple into the palate. So what we want to do is leave the breast kind of nice and high, pointing up towards the top lip of the baby's mouth. Don't move the breast down at all. Let the baby open wide and pull them onto the breast, not pushing the breast into their mouth. And when you do this, that nipple is going to stay nice and high, and it's going to elongate and get really deeply into the baby's mouth. So you just want to avoid kind of holding your breast and then feeling like you're pushing it down and into the baby's mouth, because this can really make the latch so much more shallow than it potentially could be. And we want to make sure that that nipple is getting as far back as we can into the baby's mouth for both comfort and to make sure that the baby's going to get as much milk as possible while they're feeding. So let's just review those couple of tips one more time. One, make sure that the shape you're making is the same shape as the baby's mouth. If your baby's coming across your body, that's going to be your hand in a U shape. The second tip was to make sure those hands aren't too close to the nipple and the areola. That's the tissue that the baby wants to latch onto. So we want to make sure that our fingers stay nice and far back. And you might even think about just shaping with the finger pads and not the whole hand, because it is going to get in the way. And the third thing is, if you are shaping and you're holding the breast tissue, We don't want to push it down into the baby's mouth and try to get it further that way. We want to leave it back and let the baby come to the breast. Pull the baby into the breast, or if you're latching in a baby-led latching strategy, then having the baby come into the breast, not trying to push the nipple down and into their mouth. So I hope these tips help you with getting a more comfortable latch, a more effective latch, and I really appreciate you watching this video today. Have a great day.